Hello, welcome back to Behind the Faders, the channel where we talk about all aspects of live sound mixing and live sound. And we're still in our little series about how to set up a professional desk file. If you missed any of the other content about that, there's a link to all the videos in the description box. Now today we're going to cover mute groups. And at first glance you might say, easy enough. What's to cover? You put all channels on a mute group and you're done. And there is actually one scenario where this is true, but we'll come to that later. But there's a little bit more to consider. So I'm going to tell you how I set up my mute groups. And remember, we are still in the scenario that we have to run monitors from front of house. So we have our split channels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, there's links to all the videos in the description box. Okay, let's go. Mute group number one for me will be all my instruments on the front of house channels without the vocals. Why? Well, because there are moments like at the end of the show where the singer is still saying his goodbyes and his thank yous, and somebody else is already unplugging something. This might easily happen if you're a kind of festival situation, you have more than one band playing and you know you have to clear the stage fast. Or the other way around, the band comes on stage and the singer starts talking while somebody else is still plugging something in. Any of these scenarios. So it's just for convenience. So then mute group number two will be my front of house vocals. Mute group number three will be my monitor channels. Now let's split this up in different setups. If the monitoring is completely wedges, I will mute all the channels. And in this case, I will not make a difference between band and vocals because I want the guys to hear what they're doing on stage. When the band is completely on in-ears, I will still set it up, but I might not even use it. There's no reason to mute monitor channels on in-ears. I will leave them open because if at some point between soundcheck and show somebody wants to check his in-ears, maybe he changed the batteries or anything, it's always helpful for them that they hear something, some ambience going at least. If it's a mixed monitor setup, so you have some people on in-ears but you also have wedges, then I would probably take another approach and put the monitor sends to the wedges on that mute group, not the input channels. So I mute all the wedge mixes and I leave the in-ear mixes open. Then you could, and this is really optional, let's say you have an acoustic guitar and the guy doesn't have his own mute pedal or something and it's just sitting on stage the entire time and it's on. You could put that on another mute group, but you could also use the input channel for that or a DCA. It's just one option to have that on a mute group as well. So then I always use the last mute group, number 8, or if there's more, I will always use mute group number 8 for my effects, but only vocal effects. There's no need to mute snare reverb or anything like that in between songs. In fact, it can even lead to strange situations. Let's just say the singer is announcing a song, so of course the effects are muted, but now while he's still talking, the acoustic guitar already starts playing, which is pretty common. It's not rare that this happens. And now when the singer then starts singing, now all of a sudden the acoustic guitar has reverb on it, or chorus, or whatever you apply to it. That sounds weird. So I put all the other effects on mute group 1, although there is no real reason to mute them at all. It's just habit. So all my instrument effects go to mute group number 1 and my vocal effects go to mute group number 8. And that's already kind of it. But I told you at the beginning of this video, there is one reason to put all the channels that you have on one mute group. And then you make sure that you always find this mute group quickly, because you will maybe never use it, so it's not in your muscle memory, but you need to find it quickly. Because now this will be your panic button. Why? Well, there's several reasons. I mean, if you're only starting out and you don't have that much experience yet, there might be things happening that are kind of beyond you. You can't wrap your head around it and you're kind of panicking. That might be a mad feedback that comes up all of a sudden out of nowhere, or any other kind of noise, or I don't know, there's just situations where you kind of don't know what to do. And now at least you have the chance to mute everything and start investigating. It's a little embarrassing to do this in front of an audience, but it's just the very, very last resort. Or you have reason to kind of stop the show in a drastic way. Because, I don't know, a fire, you see somebody collapsing in the audience, or somebody starts a fight. I don't know, stuff like that. It doesn't happen very often, hopefully, but it does and can happen. So, and for that, it's helpful to have this panic button that mutes everything all at once. And that's already it. If you want to know more about live sound mixing and live sound, please subscribe to the channel. It's free for you and helps me a lot. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.